Hello, welcome to my open mic project. This is going to be about Oppenheimer and specifically the track "Can You Hear the Music?" Now, before we get started, this is going to dig a little bit into music theory, and I'll try my best to explain the things. But if it doesn't make sense, don't be afraid to reach out to me using the Lone Stars track. Anyways, without further ado, let's get into it. So, topic introduction and reason of interest. So, as everybody know, Oppenheimer, uh, the one directed by Christopher Nolan, was based off of a true story in World War II where there was a physicist named J. Robert Oppenheimer that was assigned to work um, I'm trying not to spoil it here. I'm sorry, guys. But yeah, he just basically he is a scientist and it was a great movie, but the thing that I want to be able to focus on today is the composer that created this beautiful piece, and he's very well known to compose very good film tracks. And because of this, this track is one of the most iconic and recognizable themes of this year, in my opinion, at least. Um, and so, I love music and I love music theory, so I want to be able to express this here today. So, with that, whenever we're getting in, I will play this for just a second here. But as you could tell, I sort of transposed or transcribe or just basically put the notes in the thing here for you guys to see. But without further ado, let's start playing it. Now, so looking at the melodic content here, specifically just the melody, because there's the harmonic part, which is a whole nother part to get into. But in terms of the melody, it consists of two parts where there's an ascending and descending, which is the second part. And both parts they follow with each other in figures of six, or specifically the ascending part is figures of six eighth notes in a pattern where there's five notes ascending but one descending note until the next segment goes. And then whenever it goes to the descending one, it's the same thing, but what's interesting about it, it's sort of like in this triplet, the bump 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 bump, like sort of like a waltz feel. And as you can hear within the first 30 seconds, the first part of the ascending and descending, it sort of goes slow and you're sort of trying to figure out the context of the music. But then the second part of it, it starts going faster, which gives it more complexity. But of course, when you're listening to this, um, the way how they're shaping it sounds different than what it actually is with whenever you initially hear it. With people in music theory, I first heard this, I was thinking like, oh, okay, so it's increasing in a major scale. No, it is not actually. um like it was way harder like putting the notes onto the bar, and it was not fun. But the of course, whenever you're listening to this, the actual melody, it's not exactly going up in a chord shape, which makes the ascending and descending give sort of like this complexity, like the context of complexity, like wow, that's complicated. And the way how this is shaped, it's kind of makes you feel like the word I like to feel called spiraling, like overthinkingly spiraling, and which is a good, in my opinion, a good description of like what the movie is. And of course, I don't want to spoil it for you guys, so yeah. But moving on to the harmonies, which is the thing that I want to get into the most. Um, so I'm about to play it here, but I have to give some context. So there are three root chords within the whole entire track: E minor, C Lydian, and A Dorian. And so whenever I was putting this onto the piano, I was playing it, I noticed that all of them have the same note bank, which is extremely fascinating. The fact that they have the same note bank but listed off um as different names. For example, here A minor scale, which is A F. You could see it right here. But if you look at and if you see the other two, it's literally the same thing, and I think that's extremely interesting the way how they play it, which makes so much sense on why it could go back to the melody, because with the melody, it sort of has it has the same note bank aside from there not being an A within the melody. If you were to read here and stop the video, if you were to go one by one, I don't believe I put an A in here, and if I did, I'm wrong. But basically, there's not an A in the melody, which is interesting because all of these chords right here, which I'm about to play for you, they sort of leave the A out whenever you're playing. Like I didn't hear an A except whenever it had like the A minor, but I didn't hear it. So being able to put that back into the melody is extremely fascinating to me. It's like I'll play it for you guys. Over at 4:43, like here. C major, right here. E minor. And then A minor. D major. And excuse me. And I think that's, like I said, that's just so amazing. Like I wish I were able to have a keyboard with me right now, but if I were to be able to play these for you, it literally fits in the same note bank as these three right here. And then if we were to go up till 1 minute, let's see right here. C major right here. D major. C major again. Back to D major, but octave. E minor. D over F sharp. C major. D major again. And then an E minor. All of that to end on a G major, which is amazing because that also fits into the music bank, the note bank. And so just being able to list off all of these things, having different names to them, but being able to fit into the same note bank, of being able to work together to create this beautiful soundtrack. It's just amazing. Like I don't want to like nerd out or anything, but it does sound great. And so like my conclusion is like Ludwig, I'm not gonna try to say his last name, but he's one of my favorite music composers because of the way how he writes his music, the way how he's able to take his music and put it into a picture frame. It's just like it's such a talent. It's such a talent to be able to move thousands and thousands of people's hearts while watching, to to bring the immersion within the film. It's just amazing. And he also worked on one of my favorite movies, Black Panther, as well. And it's he just does such a good job and puts your emotions into the movie. Like I said, gives you an immersion. Excuse me. And so, like I said, I brought it here again. I just like whenever I recommend you guys to listen and watch the movie. But throughout the whole entire movie, I was just thinking about like how everybody was like such like overthinking and spiraling, and he does such a good job of capsulating that in music. So, without further ado, this concludes my presentation. I'm sorry if you guys didn't understand, and I hope you guys do. But please watch the movie. I highly recommend it. And here are my citations. So thank you so much for watching my um, project, and you guys have a great day.